Morning, folks. Welcome to Gordium. I always say good morning. It may not be morning for you, but anyhow, welcome to Gordium. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are actually we're evaluating the idea of Gordium itself. It's a little bit meta, but we're going to start with inputting the problem we're trying to solve, and then we're going to do a lean canvas. So you'll see both.
Should it pass?
Should it pass? Oh my God, we have so much bias in our system.
Yeah.
Look at how biased I am. Daniel Kahneman is crying somewhere right now. Just so many tears. So the problem we're trying to solve, and kind of the reason we started Gordium, which I don't think we've ever talked about, is when we were in college, we started a company. It was a smoke detector company. And really what we discovered is the idea was not sound, nor were we the people to do it. But we spent like a year and a half, 2 years working on this concept. And what we're trying to do basically is help our younger selves out by creating a process for evaluating business ideas so you don't go down a rabbit hole for 2 years, so that you can figure out, whether an idea is worth pursuing without having to build something out. Is that accurate, Neil? Did I say anything?
Yeah. I'm still caught up at the beginning when you said good morning, forks.
Who knows who our viewers are, Neil?
Forks and spoons.
Forks and, you're right. Thank you. I left out the spoons.
Yeah.
That's atrocious of me. I still kind of get nervous, I think the first video we record, I get nervous. But anyhow, so the problem is like picking the wrong startup idea is catastrophic because you spend a lot of time working on it. And there's great solutions like lean startup and others for like once you have the idea. But we're trying to solve the problem of like, how do you pick an idea and how do you evaluate the current idea you have? And there's some people doing this, but I think a lot of the work and a lot of the resources for startups are assuming you have this one great idea. And I really like Dax Shepard. He's a podcaster and actor and screenwriter. And he's kind of said, he lets a lot of the stories he writes go because he doesn't think that's the only idea he has. And I think there's this perception in the startup world that like you have one big idea and that's your shot. And I think what we're kind of trying to do here is push on that assumption and say, no, like you can have lots of great ideas. Like, in fact, really most people probably have too many good ideas to pursue. So the problem is really, how do you pick among a lot of ideas? Not so much how do you execute on the one idea you have, which is an important problem to solve, but I think not the first one to solve. Yeah, do you have anything to add? That was kind of a soapbox right there.
Yeah, no, I think in there you covered lots of things.
Yeah, I think our source is DeepSight. And then I think a connection is like talking about like pulling in lean startup here. Lean startup is great once you have a business, but how do you pick which idea to pursue? And then I think like Dax Shepard here talked about having many good ideas instead of just one. Like there's an assumption in the startup world that you have one shot. We think you have lots of shots, and the challenge is picking between them. Yeah. Okay.
Also, Danny Kahneman. Need to throw some noise in there.
You're right. Yeah. What connection are you seeing there?
I mean, it's a book all about making good decisions.
Yeah, our choices are noisy, so we have to have good processes to choose more effectively, to choose in more biased ways. What do you think? Effectively, that's what the book does, and then you have to de-bias afterwards. But Solutions. So we've been kind of bouncing around a few ideas, and this is kind of cool because I think you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek into like the potential futures of Gordium here, in that like we've thought about like online courses where we teach this process and show people how to use, Trello, Obsidian, and other, and then like how to ideate, how to generate ideas and kind of teach that as a process. Like we thought about consulting with people to help them generate the right idea. And then another idea is like, what if we turn this whole thing into a SaaS company and just have like an idea database, basically?
What about a SaaS spelled the way it was spelled before? We just hire someone very sassy.
And they just tell you, your idea is stupid. Stop it.
Yeah.
I think it's helpful. I think really most ideas, even if they look smart, are stupid. Oh, this connects deeply to almost perfect. I ran across this. Almost perfect is worse than good enough, and this is like the uncanny valley of a functional organization. That's a great article that talks about how they take this concept from biology, which is like something that looks human, like very nearly human, is more disturbing than like a dog, which doesn't look human. So like a zombie is more disturbing than a dog. Dogs are actually cute because we know they're not human. Like there's no comparison to make, but a zombie is like almost human, and it's terrifying because it's just not in these certain specific ways. And I think a lot of startup ideas are, I think Paul Graham talks about this. I think it's in How to Get Startup Ideas. He talks about how like an almost good startup idea is worse than a bad one, because you end up pursuing it. And then you have to find out later that, oh, that wasn't good. I think, yeah, he talked about almost good startup ideas. But do we have anything else? I think Black Swan is another thing we are connecting this to, like many small bets is better than one big one. Kind of the idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're doing, so like it is connected to so many things.
Sure. That's true. I think it's connected to levers too, but I don't know that we need to connect that right now.
Yep.
All right, let's
So
yeah.
are we, do we want to do things one at a time? Like the different solutions, do we want to choose what we would pursue first and then rate on based on that?
Yeah, I think we've talked about this. I think consulting is the first move,
Okay.
because
So
this,
then,
yeah, I think
then
these,
we want to, highlight that or make note that, this is what we're pursuing right now.
yeah, I think like I might just order it. I don't know how you feel about this, because this is the order I kind of see happening,
Yep.
and I think that will. I'm just gonna say start here, and then I'll mark the date. All right, do you want to rate?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna write down my scores here. So this rating system is taken basically directly from Noise by Daniel Kahneman, which we both highly recommend. So we rate on a scale from 0 to 2. So these are all the same ratings. And we try to make these as independent as possible. So motivation, expertise, and impact, we aim to be really separate and distinct. Let me see. All right, Neil, what are your ratings?
2.
2. My dog's gonna bark, I think. It's a heads up. Expertise.
2.
Ooh, I went with 1. This is a rare case. So that's 1.5. Impact.
2.
I agree. Oh my goodness, look at how unbiased we are. The idea we want to work on just so happens to pass.
Well, I think, yeah.
I think we wouldn't be working on it if it wasn't passing, but we're kind of backdating this and putting this into our real system.
Yeah, not the most unbiased thing we have done. Or sorry, not the most quiet. What's the opposite of noise? Quiet.
Not the quietest thing we've done. Yeah, I think though we're basically backdating this for reference. This is really what this is. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, how did this experiment go? Oh, we rated it this way. Like, cool.
Yep.
Canvas, right? And then
Yep.
is this canvas? I think that's it. Boom. All right. That is it, folks. We will be seeing you. Please watch the Lean Canvas for this. I think it's going to be fun to talk about problem solutions, unique value proposition, all that fun stuff. We'll get into that in the Lean Canvas video, which will come out 2 days after this or will already be available. So, yep. All right. Thanks, everyone.